Hello, Scorpio. Thank you so much for joining me today on Fortune's Wheel Tarot. This is going to be a reading for May 2023, or whenever this message finds you. Of course, I offer this for the highest good, to benefit the planet. Release me from any blocks and restrictions. May this serve all who need. Spirit and angel guides, keepers of the divine white light, keepers of the Akashic records, ascended masters, what are the messages for Scorpio at this time, please? Messages for Scorpio at this time, please. Thank you. Your first card out is the number 6, the Divine Physician. The second card out for you is the Four of Roses, Views of the Ego. The third card is the Five of Forces, Summer, Winter. And on the bottom of the deck, the Three of Scrolls, Setting Your Course. This card is about doing exactly that, Scorpio, deciding which way you want to go and steering your ship in that direction. You have the ability to guide your life in any direction that you want to go right now. Where do you want to go and how do you want to get there? Broaden your horizons. I'm going to clarify these cards with a few cards from the Everyday Witch Tarot. And thank you again, Spirit and Angel Guides, for these messages for Scorpio. What are the clarifying messages for the Akashic Tarot cards, please? From the Everyday Witch Tarot. Messages for Scorpio. All these decks will be listed below in the description box, Scorpio, in case you're interested. Clarifying the Divine Physician, the Hangman. That's kind of incredible, because the archetype for the Hangman is Jesus in some traditional Rider-Waite tarot. As far as I know, that's one of the archetypes for that. But that's also, many other, many other figureheads in that position. Martin Luther King, many people could be considered in that position. Clarifying the views of the ego, the Five of Wands. Very interesting, Scorpio. These clarifying cards are right on target. And for the Five of Forces, Summer, Winter, the Two of Swords. So again, very interesting reading. On the bottom of this deck, the Empress. So you are really abundant and able to create whatever it is that you would like right now, Scorpio. This is an abundant time. This is the divine feminine in all of us, a time of creativity. You could literally be pregnant, perhaps, but additions, creativity, expansion, abundance. The first card's out for you, the Divine Physician, clarified by the Hangman. The Divine Physician is pouring divine healing into this other entity here, and this is a time of divine healing for you, Scorpio. It's a time of understanding that this power is around you, but it's also within you. One of the other signs received this card as well for these May readings, and so this is a powerful time for you. And with this number 12, Hanged Man, clarifying, as I said, this is an archetype that is one of a sacrifice and that's not necessarily what the divine physician message is. It's more of a teacher perhaps being around you, a mentor. Someone could be, pouring this energy into you right now. It could indicate that you are actually healing from a physical ailment. It could mean you're healing from a broken heart, potentially even. But you could also be the healer. You could also be the person who is pouring that healing into someone else. And it could be something, very simple, something even as simple as, if you're not able to, be an actual physician, not all of us are, maybe it's just by, being there to hold someone's hand. This is a reference that I was making to the other sign as well. It's the presence of being there and the light that you provide, the compassion and love, perhaps, that you can provide, Scorpio. Excuse me. But this is a definite indicator of healing on many levels. And do not underestimate this time right now. It's important that you remember to emphasize the importance in yourself of belief and feeling in healing, word and thought. Our minds are very powerful, and there is a saying about life is 10% of what happens to us and 90% of how we react to it. And the older I get, I believe that more and more. And things happen. People are going through things that potentially someone could be very ill, seriously ill. And I'm not trying to minimize that at all. But again, the light that you can bring that can lift that spirit is a gift within itself. So remember how important your words and your thoughts are, because even what you say to yourself, especially so. And know, this divine healing is around you right now and always. We're all capable of this. We're all capable of pouring this into each other, Scorpio. As we should. As we should. So, this divine physician card is just wanting you to feel divine, radiant health and healing around you right now. So, if there are things that you can, do to meditate and help you do that, or if it's something as, even as just, simple as having a cup of tea and just listening to the birds, that's a form of healing for me, a form of meditation. If you're able to sit outside somewhere in the peace, and listen to the birds, then you're blessed, and that's a blessing, and not to be overlooked. So the judgment, or excuse me, I don't know why I just said that. The Hanged Man, of course, everything is righted by the judgment, so perhaps, that was meant to be a Freudian slip. But the Hangman being a card of sacrifice and one of waiting, suspension, not acting. Maybe you are taking time to heal yourself potentially as well. And it's just a time of inaction for you right now while you pour that healing into yourself, as I was saying, because this Hangman has the key here for these locks. He's got the key, and he can release himself at any time. And maybe it's just that, you're just having to take a break right now so that you can figure out what it is that you're doing and how you want to pour that healing into yourself. Maybe you're going to figure out maybe you do want to share that somehow. Some of you may want to do that. And there are many ways to do that, which I won't get into. Not the least of which is, tarot reading. Being a healer. There are many ways that you can do that, just by speaking on YouTube. Abraham and Esther Hicks, and that's provided so much comfort to me, and other tarot readers, just listening is so beneficial sometimes. So the Four of Roses, the Views of the Ego, is the next card out for you, and you can see 3 people here, and they're looking into a mirror, only one reflection looking back. This person in the middle that's looking very, kind of cockily back at himself, arrogantly so. And this card indicates that there could be someone around you that you have been giving many, many chances to for a while, Scorpio, in the hopes that they would change, that, they could be dependable. They were not just looking out for themselves, but unfortunately this card is here to say that the time has come for you to realize that this person is not going to change, and if this resonates with you, it's meant for you. If it doesn't, good enough. The message will continue after this portion, but for those of you this resonates with, it's a time to decide whether you want to keep this person in your life or not. As simply as it can be put. That can be difficult, of course, with family, children, codependency. I know it's not easy, but this is known to you. If this is resonating, you know who this person is. And it's up to you to decide if you want to continue with this person in your life or not. So that is up to you, Scorpio, entirely. The bottom line of the Four of Roses, when it asks you to consider the Akashic force for this card, it is that you should look at yourself in an actual mirror and see the divine within you. Whenever you look into an actual mirror, to see the divine that is within you, so that, of course, it's not an egotistical thing. It's because the divine is within all of us. And so when you do that, in my opinion, Scorpio, that is when you begin to value yourself more as the divine being that you are. And when it becomes apparent and more easily unacceptable, more easily recognizable that it's unacceptable for this person to, continue what they're doing, or for you to allow this person to continue what they're doing in your life, or to you, or however this may be resonating with you. So, again, seeing the divine being within yourself and how important that is. And something that, can I just say, Scorpio, something that you would not think is acceptable for some of your friends, for someone that you love, a child maybe, you would see someone, maybe a partner that they're with, and how you're being treated currently, and you would look at that and think that is really crummy. That really is not, that, what a, blankety blank, that person is to this person that I love. I can see that their heart is not in the right place, and they really can't see that. Are they really that blind? And this is not to make anyone feel bad or call you out, Scorpio. Believe me, we all want love. We all want to be accepted and respected and cared for, and there's nothing wrong with that. But settling, life is too short to just settle. And so it's up to you to decide if this person is worthy of you, and it's worth it for you to go on 5, 10 years, however long you want to pour into this person. So I'll leave it at that, Scorpio, but please do your best. When you look into an actual mirror, see the divine being that is within you. See yourself for the divine being, the everlasting, loving, eternal soul that you are. This, of course, is just a facade that this vessel that's carrying our spirit. But see yourself as that divine being. And, of course, with the 5 of Wands clarifying this, I've rambled on, so this is conflict. All these witches in this card think that they know the best way. And they think, that their way is the best way. And so, of course, everything's boiling over and setting the floor on fire because they're not paying attention. They're so busy bickering about it. And I think that maybe you're just being distracted by this person's BS right now. That's what this is saying to me. And if you're living with somebody that you've been in a relationship with for a long time, and it can be, so codependent, I understand. Like I said, I know people have kids, and you have obligations, you have mortgages, and it takes a long time to disentangle things at times. If something has just crumbled over time, and this kind of bickering right here, that will do it. If there's just a constant underlying current of contempt and, condescension, and I feel you. Whoever's listening to this, if you're relating to this, if this is resonating, I understand and I feel you. And so it's up to you to realize, Scorpio, that you deserve better. And that's all I'll say anymore about it. And I apologize for rambling on so, but you are worth more, and you deserve someone, even if it's just you. Even if it's just you, to be happy with you. You deserve to be happy. It's our birthright, each and every one of us. And you can be happier alone sometimes. Comfortable can be uncomfortable sometimes. Codependent, it's a difficult bond to break. And so I will stop rambling about that. If that resonates, maybe more will come out in another reading for you, but we all have to do our part to break those bonds, Scorpio. So if you're dealing with some karmic stuff, I understand, but you certainly are able to do the work to dig out of that. So the final card for you is the 5 of Forces, Summer Winter. And it's clarified by the 2 of Swords. And the Summer Winter card, I don't know if you can see very well, but, the sun is shining so brightly. And there's farmers back there working in the fields. It's a time, of being busy and preparing, You're planting seeds for, tomorrow. You're planning for your harvest later. What are you going to plant today that you want to harvest later, is what this card means. And so with the 2 of Swords, it's deciding that, It's making a decision. Maybe you're undecided about which direction you want to go in right now. And maybe that's something to do with this Hangman card as well. Waiting for the right time, being undecided about something, but I feel that you're just taking a break right now and doing the healing that you need to do, seeing things around you and people around you for what they are, and planting and preparing, making a decision about where you want to go tomorrow, how you want to spend your tomorrows, and what seeds you want to plant. Making a decision about what direction. Interestingly that I said that. Making a decision about what direction you want to go and how you want to carve out the life that you want, Scorpio. Overall, this is a beautiful, beautiful reading for you. And I apologize for those of you who probably have clicked off a long time ago if that message of someone with, with whom you may be dealing. And it could be, I don't know if I even mentioned. I think that I did. But this could be a business relationship. It doesn't have to be a romantic one. This could be a family relationship. It might be somebody, it could be a brother or a sister. It could be, a parent. Sometimes those are relationships that are difficult to break away from. But, someone that was very close to me told me once that, I give you permission to let that go, because there were some things in my life that I was never going to get closure on. And I knew that, and I had kind of accepted that. And I was okay with it. But hearing someone say, I give you permission to let go of that, I kind of laughed it off at first and was like, thanks, I appreciate that. But then later on, it was kind of like a weight had been lifted. So, give yourself permission, Scorpio. When it's time to move on from things, smart people know when it is time to let something go. When something is beyond its expiration date, smart people know whenever it's time to move on to another project, to, and I'm not saying relationships are disposable, but at times there are things that happen that make relationships unbearable. Or irreparable even. Irreparable. There's no way that it's ever going to go back again. And when that is. So you just make a decision, Scorpio, which direction you want to go and where you want to go and how you want to get there. And you will do so. There's no doubt. You will do so. You have the power of divine healing within and around you right now. And with the Five of Forces, you definitely have the power of expansion. This deck is the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Number 15, Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. Moving out of stagnation. You're getting ready for action. You are getting ready for action, Scorpio. I hope I can get this to stand up. I want to be able to zoom in for you because there is a face on this card, and I think these images are just Awesome. I'm sorry I wasn't a little bit better set up here. Mercury retrograde and all that, it's been good to me. What can I say? I'm happy to be here, and thank you for being here as well. Number 15 reduces to a 6, Dust Devil. Embrace the chaos, trust in the process, moving out of stagnation. The presence of the Dust Devil causes a ruckus. Some people are afraid of his chaotic nature, believing that he comes to intentionally stir things up. The truth is, you can't expect this dream ally to behave, to bring niceness, to be clean. His power is in the mess he creates as he calls for you to engage in the full cyclone of life. He represents two aspects to you now: the winds in your outer life appearing to throw you off course, where you assume the world is coming at or happening to you, and the winds that churn inside you, with the Dust Devil arising from your dreamscape to help you escape your invisible chains, shackling you to a barren desert. Stop asking for things to be perfect. Awkward, messy, conflicted, exuberant, and wild is how you shift. Trust this process. The Dust Devil knows what you need when you need it. Once things settle, you will see the gleaming jewels awaiting your discovery, the wisdom awaiting integration. I have to say, I think that is pretty on point with your reading, Scorpio, because this hanged man right here, hanging around and waiting, and you're moving out of stagnation, making choices about what it is that you want in your life, what you're going to accept and what you're not, and planting seeds for tomorrow. Churning up that dust, clearing out the clutter is what I'm hearing. I'm going to pull one more card for you. And it's going to be from the Divine Abundance deck from Tasha Silver. All these decks that I'm using will be down in the description box below. And thanks again, Scorpio, for taking your time to come and watch this reading today. I appreciate every view, every like, every subscribe. I truly do. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. What is the final message for Scorpio for May 2023, or whenever this message finds them, from the Divine Abundance Oracle deck? Thank you. Faith. Miraculously, amazingly, everything I need always comes. Love is opening me to receive beyond anything I imagine. Everything you need always comes, Scorpio. That's a beautiful message. Allow love to open you to receive beyond anything you can imagine, Scorpio. I hope that these messages have resonated with you. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful May. Thank you so much for joining me today. And as I said, if you like this reading, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Love and light.